Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Deckin Around. My name is Tyler, and you are,
I'm Steve from woodacorner.com.
and we're super excited tonight for our guest. We have a really awesome guy on tonight, Jonathan from Meadowlark Playing Cards. You may know his deck. It is currently funding on Kickstarter. If you haven't checked it out yet, I highly recommend you go check it out. We're gonna get to hear all about Jonathan's story tonight, how he came up with the deck, and just all about him and anything you may want to know about creating a deck and getting it on Kickstarter. So without further ado, everybody, let's welcome Jonathan to the show.
Jonathan!
What's up?
Oh my goodness!
How you doing tonight, man?
Good, good,
Glad to
good.
have you on.
Just living that COVID dream right now,
There you
you
go.
know? Just chilling at home
Yeah.
alone.
How's the
Yeah.
quarantine treating you?
Not too bad. My partner in crime is still at the pharmacy, so she's carrying the load right now.
Good deal.
Yeah, it's just sad because I realize she doesn't need me anymore, so I don't know what's going to happen after
Well,
this.
good
Yeah.
thing you're crushing it with your playing cards. Maybe you have a lucrative career in that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Kickstarter is a place to get money, but yeah.
Pharmacist to Kickstarter star, you never know, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Baldwin.
look at Jackson. Didn't Jackson Robinson have like this crazy story like that?
Yeah, he does, except the only difference is I'm not talented and he is. So
There
yeah,
you go.
yeah.
Dude, you're
That's the only
talented,
difference.
Just not at designing.
You know, I'm not creative enough. Yeah.
Yeah. You're pretty creative, just a different thing.
You're only
How's
saying
your-
this because we're online. Like every time I've talked to you, you tell me how much of a piece of trash I am. So thank you.
No,
To
it's
lie
not
to
every
people.
time.
It's not every
Not
time.
every time.
It's only sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to take Steve with a
Right.
grain of salt. He's from Boston. Don't hold it against him, but you just take what he says, let it roll right off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was asking him, how do you like my cards? He's like, all right, rubbish.
They're wicked cool.
They're
You know.
wicked awesome.
So
They're wicked cool.
to kind of kick it off a little bit, I guess, what prompted you to create a deck of cards?
Ignorance, I guess I would say. Yeah. So my friend and I, we started a pharmacy together, and then we had like kids coming in and people coming in, and we're like small town Nebraska, like super small. I think there's only like 1,000 people or something like that.
All right.
So, anyways, so we're like, how do we make this a good experience? Like, how do we make this to where people want to come hang out with us instead of like going to Walgreens or something like that? So then like I started watching like, okay, now back in the days, right? Okay, prequel. All right, so I used to like be into like magic, and I say into it, but not for that. And I was never good or anything. I watched like the David Blaine special. Remember that
Yeah.
one?
Uh-huh.
What was it like?
The
When
street,
you like
the
street magic?
special?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I know this is like back in the day in the 90s, right? So I'm in high school,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And then I'm like, I watch this street thing and I get on my VCR like before Jackson Robinson VCR, you know, like you had the VHS and like play record, and I mean the quality of that thing was terrible. And so I'm like watching back and forth, and my friend Andrew Bellacci and I, we used to like meet up at school. Have you ever seen Mythbusters?
Yeah. Good show.
Heck
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, you know the tall dude, Tori Bellacci?
Yeah.
That's his younger brother's Andrew Bellacci. So Andrew, shout out to Andrew, who will never see this. But
If you share the link with him, he might.
right,
you
yeah,
know.
I haven't talked to him in like since high school. So yeah,
It's a
yeah,
perfect
been a long time.
introduction.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So anyway, so we're like, we used to like meet up and like on the bus, we're like, okay, like if you do this one, then you can like learn this trick, and like we just were like back and forth, we'd be doing it. One time actually we were on the bus. Now I can't make this stuff up. I'm not that creative, all right? I probably shouldn't tell the story, but I'm going to anyway. So there's this one dude, his name was growing up, I've like
Don't say
gone like
last name. Don't say last names.
no. I don't even know his last name, dude. I don't even know his last name. This is like back in the 90s, man. Anyways, I'm like telling these like 6 stories in one. All right. So we're on the bus, right? And I'm like in the back of the bus, and there's this dude, his name was Brian. Okay. Maybe I should change his first name, whatever. Brian's a common name. It's fine. So Brian had like his knee didn't bend right. Like instead of, can you see me? Instead of bending like this, it bent like this. And so like he would walk like this, right? And so he always bitter because he always thought people were like, talking bad about him. Maybe they were. I never did,
Until now.
I like the guy.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I tell the story, but this is it. So anyway, so he's always like trying to start fights with people, right? So one time we were on the bus, and him and Julius, he was like, yeah. So Julius was like this like starter of basketball, like captain of the basketball team and stuff. So he had a big mouth on him too, and so they're like, yelling back and forth, right? So as soon as the bus stops, you remember like the school buses, like as soon as it stops, it's like, and it's like dead quiet, right? So like you could tell that they were yelling, but whatever, So the bus stops and it's like quiet, right? All of a sudden, Julius, he stands up. He gets up and goes, "Man, what? What? You gonna knock me out? Then what? What? You gonna step on me? You gonna step on me? You gonna step?" And everyone in the bus was just rolling, like, oh man. And then he waited outside for him, and I don't remember if they fought or not. I think the bus driver was there, so they didn't. But
what a climactic story.
So that's the story. That's how all my stories go. There's no point or anything to it. So anyways, story long. So I started like, getting into magic and everything then. And then, I went off to college and I didn't anymore. So going back to the pharmacy, we're like, how do I bring people in, make them laugh and joke around? So I was like, oh, hey, I got some cards. And so like, I only knew about 2 or 3 card tricks. So those went pretty fast, So then I'm like on the internet trying to like, I don't know, find more card tricks, easy ones, because I don't have any sleight of hand, I can't do anything, right? It's like, it has to be those self-working tricks that take like 15 minutes and you're like, but wait, it's coming, just a second.
Like the 27th card. 27th card.
It's like, just a second. Okay, which pile was it? All right, let's see. Let's count this out 52 more times, So those ones. And so like I'm watching, and I hit Chris Ramsey as everyone does, I'm sure, and then I like get into cardistry and Magic Orthodoxy, Gentleman Wake. This is actually before Gentleman Wake, but anyways, he came a little bit later. Anyways, and so I just kind of got into cards, and then I got I don't know how far in debt I am from card collecting, but it's pretty bad. Almost got a divorce a few times because of it. It's fine. We don't want to get too personal.
If nothing else,
show.
people always need a pharmacist, so you'll always have a job to pay for cards. So then like I started collecting, and then we're like, man, we should make our own deck, and so like we were like coming up with ideas and crazy stuff. Isn't that everyone? They're always like, oh yeah, I can make a deck, and so then you start going down that rabbit hole, and man, next thing you know, a year later, you finally got your design and you're on Kickstarter. So
yeah, no, that's rad. And not only are you on Kickstarter, but you have like a pretty dope designer. Like you definitely lucked out with your designer.
And I probably shouldn't I don't want to talk bad on anybody. I shouldn't talk trash on people, but I reached out to many people.
Yeah.
And I'm a nobody. I get it. I get it. I don't have friends. That's fine. People don't like me. I understand that.
Jonathon, I'm your friend, and I like you.
There you go.
Okay. No, just kidding. So So I reached out to a bunch of people, and I got shut down so much, especially when we're like trying to figure out what style we want to go with, right? You know, it's like, do you want to go to cardistry route? Do you want to go collector route? And I'm terrible at cardistry, and so I said, let's go more towards the nicer design, like collector, magic trick stuff. It might still look good in cardistry. I don't know because I can't do anything.
Let's find out. Ready?
Oh, here we go.
All right.
It's
there
like
you go.
Right now. This is crazy.
We've exhausted Steve's skills. Now he needs to recount the deck 3 times.
It's still better than me.
Oh man.
So I don't remember what I was saying. See that? So we were trying to figure out like the Poconos. I really like that retro like feel. So like Pocono modern, Pocono whatever. Yeah. Oh, Steve just cut out or something.
Just the video. This is the lovely week in week out stuff we deal with Skype. So we'll pop back in
Skype
at some point. Yeah.
So anyways, so I really like the woodland one and like all, and so I was trying to figure out like, what do we do? Like, do we go more like weird and like have everything be a meadowlark bird and, you know, the like meadowlark be.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, I'm out. Fine. Sorry. Do we have the meadowlark in a king and, you know, queen outfit and all that stuff? So we were bouncing around different ideas and everything. And I ran across Russ on Behance, and he had like an amazing profile. So
Russ Gray, right?
Yeah, Russ Gray. Yeah, super awesome guy.
Yeah.
And so he we kind of went back and forth, and he actually replied back to me, which was kind of crazy because his stuff was so amazing, and I'm like, I'm a nobody, and so he's actually talking to me.
That's cool.
So yeah. And you know, like again, like some people I can't talk trash on because some people just didn't respond. So it's not like they said no, they just kind of ignored me, which I'm you know,
but wait, there's a big difference between ignoring you and not seeing the message. Now, did they see the message and they just didn't respond?
I don't even know because it was like in emails, right?
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Right.
See, the thing is though, too, even on Instagram, like people can put you as restricted and then you just don't even know if they saw your message or not. So seen and ignored is definitely, a lot different though than like just never got read. So.
Right. Shout out to Gentleman Wake. He still hasn't read my message. I appreciate it.
Yeah. He's too important right now, you know?
No, he's super busy and that stuff going on. And I think he has a deck coming out with low track if I remember correctly.
I think it's in early stages.
2030 probably.
Oh no, don't say that, dude. We need another deck.
Oh, hey, I hear you. I'm just saying. Low track, man. His perfection takes time.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy, though. I actually talked to him like back and forth a little bit. Super nice. Super like, I mean, like when you're up in that like the top tier, like if you were like in hip hop, like everyone names like the top 5, right? Like I don't know, but in the card world, like if you were to do that too, Stockholm's going to be on there. Low Track's going to be on all of them, right? Jackson Robinson. Third way on most people, and even Steve Minty, right?
Yep.
So, like, if I was to say top tier, I'd probably say list those guys top 5. Anyways, but Low Track's going to be on everyone's, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's a question about that, especially now.
Yeah. So for someone that top tier to actually like talk to you, like, hello?
Yeah. No,
that's cool.
He's super rad, answers all messages. Like he's a rad dude, and that says a lot about his character, you know.
Yeah. And actually, I got to shout out what's his name, Third Way too, Gio. Yeah, super nice guy. Like I mean, like all throughout the last year of like I'd kind of bounce ideas off of him and he'd just be honest and like give me tips for Kickstarter and stuff like that. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on. Nice.
So
how, I mean, the process of doing Kickstarter, I've heard so many like horror stories. What's that like? What
they were all true, huh?
What's the what was the deciding factor? What made you go the Kickstarter route rather than maybe reach out to one of these let's say clearinghouses or something, or
yeah,
Murphy's or something.
Yeah, no, I reached out to Riffle Shuffle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Riffle Shuffle? Yeah. Kevin, you and him. So I reached out to 3 or 4 different accounts and I never heard back from them. So so that kind of helped me not do that route, So then I decided, all right, well, I'll go Kickstarter because then that's the only other way I knew about.
Right.
So that's the only reason I did it, honestly.
Yeah. Nice. Now, and I mean, here you are, you come up with a deck and now all of a sudden you have like a deluxe version and you have this like collector's box and you have a brick box. Like how was that process coming up with all these amazing add-ons and extras when originally you were like, let's make a deck?
Yeah, thankfully people were smarter before me, and so I kind of like just bit their ideas. Like it's like everyone has a upgraded tuck, everyone has a upgraded this, upgraded that. So I kind of tried to do that. I wouldn't say I was successful at it. I've definitely failed, and there's a lot of things that I would change.
Right.
But I don't know, like I can't really. So how about instead, like I hate talking about myself. I know like I'm on here and everything. How about we just talk about like the Kickstarter process, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, no,
and
go
you
for
can
it.
kind of get like my take on it about myself, but it's less focused on me answering questions about myself. So let's see. So let's start from the beginning. So prior to even doing a Kickstarter, so once you have your cards and everything like that, your deck designed, the like a huge thing, which I think is the difference between a successful one and an unsuccessful one, is like growing your campaign, growing your follower base, growing everything. How do you do that? I don't know. Be honest with you. So I was at Cardistry Con, and this guy, John Warren, like I was just talking to him and everything like that. He ended up being like in the seat, like next to me or something like that. And so I was talking to him and kind of showed him my deck at that time, which is very similar to the prototype, is what it looks like, which is completely different than what it looks like now. Well, not completely, right, but very different. And so he's like, yo, if you're going to actually release a deck, you have to have an Instagram. And so I'm someone who, I had a MySpace back in the day, and then my wife started a Facebook account for me, but I never checked it, and she got mad at me because I never answered her messages, and then I don't like tweet or anything like that. I don't have any of that social media stuff. So for me, Instagram's like super weird, and I don't know how to even do it well, honestly. But the big thing is like getting with people who actually are influential, like Steve, Wounded Corners, the man, the myth, the legend. Henry, also at SoCal, he's very influential in the community. And just like a bunch, like it's weird. It's like a small group, and so like the more that you network and everything, the better it is. And they'll shout you out and everything like that. So.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
You've done a really good job, too, building out your campaign. I mean, I know by the time you were getting ready to actually announce your launch date, people were chomping at the bit for the deck. So it's
really see,
yeah.
And that's interesting that you say that, because on my end, I felt like no one cared at all.
See, and I mean, I think
that's because you're crazy.
I mean, well, no, I'm on meds for that.
I mean, I think that's a kind of a humble kind of thing there. You know, you're rolling into it and you think that, you know, you're not sitting there being like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And that's awesome. But at the same time, yeah, like, I mean, looking at like United Cardists, people were super excited when the thread went up about your deck. Looking at like the Instagram posts and stories that went out when you announced your launch date, like people were pumped on it. I couldn't go through anybody's story without seeing something about Meadowlark being like, yes, I can't wait for this deck to finally drop. So, and I think the fact that you're sitting at 300+% says a lot about that.
Exactly.
But I mean, like, I'm lucky on that because honestly, like, and I feel like I didn't do a good enough job promoting myself or promoting the deck because, like, I started my Instagram, like, I don't know, like in July, August. And so it's slow, but I hardly released any pictures or anything like that. One of the reasons why it got delayed actually was because Russ, the designer, he's so good that Theory 11 contacted him to do the Star Wars, and so they gave him like a month to do all that stuff, and like he was just running around like crazy with his other job and doing Theory 11's deck. So, so it kind of pushed us back at like another 3 months or something, but.
How dare Star Wars push
Don't they know who you are?
I know, man. Couldn't they? Yeah. Come on now. Yeah.
We're Meadowlark, MFer. Come on.
So
that's your new pharmacy logo.
Yeah, come on. But so I found him first, I found him first. Yeah. So, but by the time I started like really pushing, I felt like, man, ain't no one even remember what this deck is, or like they don't even care anything about it, So I don't know, like, yeah. So it's interesting for you to say that.
Got it.
Oh, I was just saying. So it's interesting that you would say that, like people were excited for it because I didn't see it at all. And like, if I put a post, like, I don't know, I had like 200 something followers. Like, come on, like maybe 10 of them would like it. I don't know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how networking works. You send it out and people love it and they post about it and it just gets, the cool thing about Kickstarter is not everybody on Instagram is on Kickstarter, and there's people that love cards that, that will see it just because they're searching for, new campaigns to back. So, that's probably a lot of the people that are on there supporting as well, so, there definitely was a lot of buzz about it. People loved it, and obviously it shows.
Yeah. So going back to we're talking about me too much, and I don't really like that. So going back to the growing the followers, right? So like who just recently dropped something, Mike with Incantations.
Yeah.
That dude hit the ground running, and he hustled. That dude made a splash, man. He killed it. He absolutely killed the like pre-marketing. Like, I take notes watching him because he did a great job. I mean, he came out of nowhere and just kind of hit, like, man. And you can tell because he dropped his deck, what,
2 days
yesterday or something? Yeah, 2 days ago.
Yeah,
on Tuesday. Yeah. He dropped on Tuesday. Yeah, and he's already funded like in 24 hours.
Yeah, I think he hit it.
And it's going, it's going more and more and more.
I think he hit it at the 25-hour mark.
Yeah. And the key, which he nailed it, was you gotta promote for like a month and a half before your Kickstarter live, and you gotta integrate, and you have to like be a part of the community. He's always on lives. He's always in. I mean, he's always on. He's in here right now.
That's my boy. That's my boy, Mike.
Yeah.
What's up?
He's always in lives.
Yeah. Now he again. So he made connections with the right people. Like and he's always available. He's there for people. One person that I want to say the opposite side, who has a phenomenal deck, and I didn't even know it until like I was for my updates. I kind of like just search and see who has a campaign going. Mm-hmm. This guy Aaron, super awesome guy. I've talked to him a bunch. He has the
Aaron Pinto.
No. I don't know his last name, but he has a deck. He has a campaign that's currently active. It's called Game of Spades.
I've seen Game of Spades pop up. Yeah.
Oh,
Have you seen that one? Yeah. super dope deck. And like I love the court cards in the back, and the tuck box
Also
is
from Jersey.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Is it? He is. Yeah. Super awesome guy. I've actually talked to him a bunch. Like, shout out to his daughter. She just had her birthday. I think it was yesterday or something.
Nice, happy birthday.
So yeah, he probably won't see this again, but whatever. But no, but honestly, like that's someone who has an amazing deck, but didn't get into the circle, like that wasn't on the radar of all these people, So he's like struggling to get that momentum to go. But hopefully he makes it, because I want the deck. But
right.
So yeah. And then let's go back. Okay, so then after you do your following and everything, I guess before you actually do your Kickstarter, you have to understand who you're going to be like printing with, who you're going to be fulfilling with, and all that stuff, because those things really do matter.
Right.
Obviously, there's Gambler's Warehouse, Art of Play. Is it 52 Wonders, I believe?
Yeah, 52 Murphy's.
But does they do fulfillment? They do Jerry's Nuggets,
fulfillment center in Europe.
Yeah, they do. They do a lot of fulfillment.
Yeah,
they're doing remedies.
Yeah, there's I don't remember the name, but yeah, so they have a bunch of different things, and one thing that, again, going back to Mike, he did really well. He has like a EU friendly fulfillment, so he's like kind of working with Gambler's Warehouse and 52 Wonders, I believe it is. Card Dynasty, they hit me up, and I was gonna try to do something with them. Unfortunately, I had to like just pick one and whatever. Anyways, it's complicated, but yeah. Shout out to them.
So much that goes involved in that.
Oh sure. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, picking. There's really two, like, I mean, there's a whole bunch. There's USPCC, there's Card Monday, which I guess the two are the same, but they're still, everyone thinks of them differently. Expert, NPCC, and they have there's a bunch of smaller ones, right?
Yep.
Legends, all those.
Right. Yeah. Was it Elephant or something? I don't know.
That's Legends.
Yeah.
Was that Legends? Oh, okay. Yeah. So the problem, though, is in the card community, there's really only two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can get away with going expert if you're a name like Geo or Jackson Robinson or something like that. Obviously, Stockholm does Card of Monday for every single thing. But like, for like, if you're gonna go expert or something like that, because let's be honest, they have better registration. They do a hell of a job with their with the foils and their tuck boxes. They're like top notch. The only problem is the cards are stiff, and people don't like doing magic and cardistry with them. That's the only place that they really fail is the way that it feels. But so basically, it's USPCC who has the worst like quality control, but the best card stock, right?
Right. Yep.
And so that's the big problem with them, because it's like they're still number one, and Card of Monday is just right under them. But I mean, USPCC is still like one of the top for cardists and them, just because people are used to bicycles, they're used to the feel. But Card of Monday, like their thin line, I love that. The slim line, the B9. There was like a C something, and this is another thing with Card of Monday that drives me crazy. They had like that one where that touch stock, which is out of stock now.
Yep.
And they have like the B9 True Linen, which was like the original thick one, which like parlor deck and stuff is on. But then they also had like this thin line, like extra thin. It seemed like that the marbles deck, I think they call it like E9 or something like that, because it's
that was the
illusionist. Yeah, illusionist. It's illusionist thing.
Yeah.
So like they have so many card things, like, and that's one of the big issues that I have with them. But but the slim line, the B9, like it feels really, really good, you know? And if you're going to go gilding, they're one of the top ones because they have a branch in France. And another thing with that you have to weigh your options with USPCC, if you do foil, USPCC is only hot foil.
Right.
And so it's very limited. I think they only have 2 colors. It's gold and silver. I think those are the only 2 that they do versus Monday, who does cold foiling, and they do an amazing job. I mean, you can see all the different decks with them. Implicit has a cool one with the different colors on it, but yeah. And then Expert actually does a great job. I think they do cold foil as well, but
yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they did that Fortuna deck.
Yeah, and then the Nutcracker one, the Jackson Robinson one, they did those, I believe, too.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that was cold foil though, was it? That was like some special.
I don't know. I haven't opened it. It costs too much to even open it. You know what I
mean? Right. So we have a question. We have a couple questions here. Yeah. So Jamie, which is Bacon Wise, asked, "Have you seen any kind of increased foot traffic in the pharmacy with the project, or do you hope to see that?"
Oh no. So yeah, we're still new. There's, I think, in the whole of Nebraska, there's about 4 people that card collect, so so I don't see a lot of foot traffic. It's definitely not for the foot traffic. It's more as like if we have extras, I'll probably do like some giveaway, like just to the little kids that come in that want a deck of cards to learn card tricks on and stuff. Like I'll give them, free decks or something like that, just as promotional things, or for hashtag for the kids.
It's a nice upgraded business card.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And then if people want to, and actually, okay. So shout out to Hickman. Okay. So like I said, there's maybe like, I don't know, 1,000, 1,500 people. Right now, it's really close to Lincoln. So I mean, like you get a lot of Lincoln traffic or whatever like that, but pretty much, okay, so San Jose, right?
Yep.
So if Lincoln was San Jose, Hickman would be Morgan Hill, but like in the 90s. So it's like where no one wants to, we're the only people that work there or that live there or work in San Jose. So people like of the 1,500 people, let's be generous and say 1,500 people. Out of those people, no one would want cards, right? So it's definitely not for the money. But that being said, a lot, like when we did our Kickstarter campaign, we launched it and we put it on our Facebook or something like that. We actually had people starting Kickstarter accounts to back for a deck. So like shout out to them, who will never, again, they will never see this, but shout out to them anyway.
So you never know, they might see it.
They might, but they definitely won't. Yeah.
Jamie said, I foresee that in 2 months, you're going to get some guy in there asking for some Sudafed. He's going to say he came there because of the deck. He'll be from Tallahassee.
As long as he has his driver's license to get it, I ain't even asking no questions, dude. We need the business. We need the business, yeah.
Does he need his driver's license for the deck or the Sudafed?
No, and actually, I was actually thinking about doing that. Like once we actually get the decks, anyone that comes in and does like a card trick or something like that, I'll give them a deck, man. They do like
let's take a trip to Nebraska.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I'll pretty much never give away a deck because no one wants to go to Nebraska. Yeah.
Let's save everyone the trip here. Just go back on our Kickstarter.
Kyle just came in, so you better be careful what you offer.
Oh, Kyle! Hey, shout out, Kyle, man. I've been trying to meet up with him to give him a prototype for like 6 years now. My gosh, the guy's like.
He says, "I see a semi pulling into your parking lot."
Yeah. Oh, is that him? Hey, yeah. No, here you go, man.
Don't worry. I'm sure his truck will break down in Nebraska soon.
Dude, okay. So he went maybe it was like 30 minutes in York, which is like 20, 30 minutes from where I'm at. So I was going to go meet up with him. Dude got quarantined or something like that, man. So yeah, that was at the beginning of everything. He's a dirty sailor, you know. I get it.
So I think what we need to do to tie this episode and last episode together, we need to write in on Cam's cardistry road trip thing. We want him to go to Hickman, Nebraska.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Perfect.
So we'll get OPC Meadowlark's collab going. How's that?
Oh, hey, I'm totally down, man. I will get like one of them, like a watermelon, and I'll put it straight up in this right here. I'll put a watermelon on there, and then we can collab together, man.
Speaking, do you have any of the other stuff that you're offering on Kickstarter around that you could show us?
So I'm waiting on a couple things. All right, so what's it? What's the name of it's like Masudo Design, I think it is.
Yeah.
Masudo Design.
Yeah, so that's my boy right there. He's awesome. So anyways, he made, I'll be right back. I don't know where I was put him. I'll be right back. I'll see it. But he also he's making this like vial, you know, decking a vial.
Mm-hmm.
Except he's doing like a sweet one. I haven't seen it yet. He has to get resin and pill capsules and stuff like that, but it's coming. Nice. But there's only going to be 5.
Oh, so, does that mean it's going to be like $300?
No, that's absolutely not what it means. But it means that it's going to be dope and super hard to make. That's why there's only going to be 5 of them. Okay. Yeah. So the other thing is the deck holder.
Yeah, let's see that. Let's see that bad boy.
Yeah, so can't really see it, but
yeah, hold it up so we can check. Oh yeah.
Can you see it? I don't know.
Yeah.
So there's a hole in the bottom, right? And so it just slides in.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah, you just take the cards out, whatever you want to do, bowling, and it looks so good, dude. He has like a gold leaf, and so it's like painted. So this was the prototype. This is one of one, son. Yo, I'll be right back. You guys fill the time. Have you had anybody walk away yet?
Jonathan's got to take a deuce. He's got to drop a deuce.
But I see.
Anybody have any questions for Jonathan when he comes back?
Looks like Kyle was saying he's going to try and definitely take a detour.
Fastest boost ever. Yeah. Come on, dude. Come on over.
You just shit your pants and came back? Is that what it was?
Yeah. So I just got these today, actually. And so this was like the first sketch that we ever did of of our card design.
Nice.
After so I posted it, but you know, whatever. So these are like postcards size. And then this one right here, Shishin made right here. So we're going to actually make this as a poster. Nice. And we'll both sign it and have like, you know, numbered.
That's going to be awesome, man.
Out of however many. Yeah, man. So this is coming soon. For as a poster, it's coming soon. And he'll do the fulfillment and everything just so we make sure it's like packaged and everything's great. But these ones right here, I'll probably end up just giving them away or to the special deck people, special brick box people, because I only have like 50 of them. So I'll probably give them away. But yeah, so this one we'll do both of these as posters if people want them. So yeah, that's something else. And then I have people probably are wondering what in the stress time, you know, we got the stress balls. These are
stress pills, man.
Stress pills. Yeah, even has Meadowlark Pharmacy on it, dude.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And that's a chill pill, son. That's a chill pill.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, those ones I'll be giving them out. I don't have a ton of them, but I'll be giving them out. Another thing that I'll be giving away as well. And this is why I always go in debt, I guess, because I always give stuff away. Okay. Side note. Okay, I'll tell you, but I'll tell you a story about when I was at the pharmacy. So anyway, so one other thing I'm having made is the card back. I'm having it made into a a patch. So like a sew patch, like
Nice.
it's embroidered and everything like that. That's gonna look.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
But I'll be giving it
Yeah.
away. You know what I'm saying?
Can we get Meadowlark Letterman jackets?
Dude, oh my gosh! I think are we doing it? Are we doing it? I think we're doing it, dude.
Let's do it.
Oh my god! Don't play with my heartstrings like this.
The leather sleeves with the felt.
The felt like
Oh,
centers. Oh my god.
Yeah. The body.
So like wearing the Letterman, like I'll still be that one kid that still has nothing on his, like no patches, or like he just got it just to prepare, just in case. Yeah, like my Letterman jacket was blank, man. Yeah.
It was just a jacket. It wasn't a Letterman.
Yeah, no, so here's the thing. I played volleyball, right?
All right.
Of course she did.
Okay. So I played volleyball back in the day. I actually have a picture. I should show it up on the thing. Anyways, so I played volleyball, right? And so like let's just say you don't get girls playing volleyball. You know what I'm saying? And you're not really that popular if you're playing volleyball. I actually came to Nebraska and they're like, yeah, no, but really, what'd you play? You know, I'm like, no, it's actually guys volleyball. Thanks, you jerk. Yeah.
They're like, what's volleyball?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
That's funny. So I actually there was a question that I had. It was sent to me, and it was, let's see, let me find it here. Okay, here it is. So remember that picture you posted? Do crabs think fish can fly?
Oh yeah, dude.
We got a question.
Oh, we're getting into the bangers now. Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Are you ready?
It's a heated discussion.
If so, do crabs think birds are space aliens?
Dude, see, now you're just making stuff up. Birds to a crab are all in theory, you know? You think, how many times has a crab seen a bird?
So are they like
I don't know.
UFOs? You don't know it's there.
In theory? It's all in theory.
Yeah.
Like they know that something else greater has to exist, right? But
Right.
they don't know that it does.
So is it? So then it is like space aliens.
Almost, except for all the Christian and Catholic crabs. They be like, no dog, that ain't in the crab shell. That ain't
in the sand. I haven't read
that. I just had an epiphany moment here of what the clickbait title for the recap of this is going to be. Jonathan speaks about crab conspiracy theories.
Yo, hey,
that was actually from Hat in the Hair.
Hey, that's accurate. Not any time in the world. All right. What else you got?
We did have one other one from Kyle, which I gotta find here because he sent it. God. Yeah, no. So this isn't even like a. This is, I guess, more of a tongue twister or a brain kind of bender here than a question.
All right.
Okay, Jonathan. There's 7 men: Michael, Miguel, Micah, Mark, Matthew, Mancini, and Mo. They all go to the bar, and their orders are a rum and coke, a paralyzer, a B-52, a Tom Collins, a gin and tonic, a monkey's lunch, and a martini. What was the first name I said?
Michael. I don't know.
The answer is Jonathan.
Oh, dang. I stopped listening after I have a question from Kyle. That's when I stopped listening.
Exactly.
Oh man.
All right, James. Bacon wants to know your top 5 rappers.
Oh, okay. So I'm West Coast, right?
We're talking music. We're not talking like bubblegum, Twix, none of that stuff.
No. I'm straight hip hop, man. I'm old school. So Tupac's gonna be number 1 for me because like I grew up like I can't not put Tupac in the top 5.
Definitely.
Biggie. Yeah. He got me when like 10 Crack Commandments. 10 Crack Commandments was dope. No, but his last album was pretty good too. The B-side, that was okay. Anyways, but 10 Crack Commandments, that's where he just got me. I love Juicy too, but yeah. Let's see. After that, that's a big question. Nas has to go up there, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
So Mos Def is like one of like the top ones, right?
Yep.
And then my last one. Okay, so this is the problem because like DMX, like I love DMX. Mace, I love Mace.
Yeah.
Like Method Man, like
the 5th spot gets hard.
Busta Rhymes, dude. Busta Rhymes is up there.
Gosh, no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have like, so you said rapper, right? So Nas is hip hop, big difference. Most Def, hip hop, big difference. They're not rappers. So you have.
You're talking about lyricists and everything like that? I don't know.
Yeah, they're more like they're hip hop.
So who are you saying? Like what? Talib Kweli? Like is he a rapper? Or?
Hip hop.
So DMX would fall there, even though he's like a pop rapper, but still.
Like
DMX is hard, dude. Like, oh my gosh, like flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood.
DMX is a hard rapper, but he's not like hard like some of like the old school like gangster rappers actually were hard. Like I love DMX. Don't get me wrong. I grew up on DMX, but like yeah.
Yeah. Yo, slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. Yeah, no, that was my jam, dude. So like Ice Cube, is he a rapper?
Yeah.
Does he fit that?
He's rapper. Ice Cube rapper.
Or was he a rapper until
now he's a movie star. He's a rapper.
West Coast Connection. Like cause like we be clubbing. Remember? Like so I don't know. Is that like cause that's when he goes mainstream. Like
he was always a rapper. Even like NWA days.
Okay.
Like,
what about Too Short? I love
Too Short's definitely a rapper.
Too Short.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Too Short.
That was oh my goodness. I love Too Short. And like I remember I had a Too Short, it was a CD or a disc or not a disc, it's a tape player, right? So like I had where like so it actually started out as Rod Stewart. And then I put tape on the top of it, and so I could dub over it. And so then like my friend had Too Short, so then I could play. And so then I did that with Too Short, and then I did it with Digital Underground.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about Bone Thugs?
Oh, but okay, so
Bone Thugs.
Boom. Okay, so East 1999. Okay. East 1999 was one of the few CDs that you can actually play from the beginning to the end, like, so I was born July 1st, right? So every birthday I find first of the month, and then like you got the rooster crowing, and then wake up.
Oh my
God.
Oh man. Mr. Bill Collector. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Mobb Deep.
Oh, okay. One of the best Mobb Deep songs to me. Okay, so obviously the one with Lil Kim, right? It's real shit to make you feel shit. Yeah, Quiet Storm. But one of my favorite ones was with 112. It's called Hey Love. That was a good one.
I don't remember that one.
Oh,
I actually photographed Mobb Deep.
Really?
Yeah, I photographed them here in Napa. They did one of the festivals that I was shooting.
That's awesome.
Rest in peace, right? One of them is gone now.
Yeah, he died of AIDS, didn't he? HIV?
No, I don't think it was AIDS.
I think he died from HIV. I want to say that.
So.
Somebody
was
looked
talking about how he had sickle cell. I think Tupac said he had sickle cell.
Yeah. All right. What else we got going on here? So we got rap. We could talk about that for literally hours. We could talk about rap for hours. I have a question. Right? Who's your top 5 designers playing cards?
Before we jump into it,
okay.
Prodigy died of sickle cell anemia. So Jonathan was right.
Good job.
Get some.
Good job, Jonathan.
So top 5 card designers, go.
Okay. Let's see. I mean, it would be biased to say Russ, right?
No, absolutely not.
I definitely.
No, I mean, just because he designed your deck, he's designed a lot of other good decks, though, right? So.
Right. Okay, so obviously it's going to be the ones I named earlier, right? So it's going to be Lautrec, Geo, Stockholm 17, like those are guaranteed, right?
Yep.
And then I'm going to go off on a couple other ones Like I kind of want to take them out because it's like they're already the top and they're already everybody's top one. So let's go. How about with the next tier? Like
all
right.
So go. So beyond. So who's your top 5 beyond? Lautrec, Geo, and Lorenzo.
First one, Brendan Hong. Do you know who that is?
What deck?
The Hive deck with was with what's it called? King's Wild back in like 2013.
Oh yeah.
So he's up there. I've talked to him multiple times. Amazing guy.
Yeah.
He actually sent me these. You guys need to follow him. He sent me like these cards that he like doodled on and stuff. That's super cool guy. Yeah. So this was on his I think it was Dynasty playing cards. Like that's the back of it. Anyways, so I would put him up there. Then Elettra, you know who that is? She did the Pinocchio deck. She's coming up with another one.
Yep.
Which looks dope. And shout out to her. Like I've gone back and forth asking for her opinion. She's actually super smart and super amazing. Yeah, shout out to her. She's coming out with the deck, and I saw like the third one of it, and it's amazing.
Nice.
I don't know if she's released it yet or not, but telling people. Let's see. So and then like my boy Aaron, I gotta give him another shout out, even though no one knows him.
What deck?
People need to know him. The Game of Spades.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
So did he design that himself, or was that something he had someone design for him?
He designed it himself. Awesome. He said he's like, yeah, man. He's one of those people who just like, he has an idea and he's like, he wasn't like trained in anything specifically, but he like hustled, like learned it himself, man. Yeah. So mad respect to him. Yeah. Let's see who else.
Yeah, one more, right?
It's like, I'm trying to think of other like Kickstarters that are out right now that are like amazing, or like that like just ended. Because like a lot of the people that I'm thinking of didn't actually like they probably hired somebody, you know, like so I don't know like which.
Yeah. I mean, you got the Headless Kings deck. You got those. They're like 3 different.
Oh, those are you know who else? Jody. What's his name? Like
Sovereign deck.
That dude is amazing. Yeah, he's up there in the top tier as well, man. He's super good. Yeah. But he's slept on by a lot of people, you know.
Well, his kind of subject matter for the decks has changed a lot since he started too. Because you look at some of his earlier stuff, like what is it, Innovation? It's like it's very like mechanical and like early 1900s, late 1800s, and then
I love those ones.
They're awesome looking decks. And then he really switched it up with this Sovereign deck, which is cool.
Yeah. And like I'm a big fan. Like for some reason, I really like his old school. I was wanting to reach out to him, but I figured he was busy and wouldn't like. What would be the point of working with me, you know? But I wanted to work with do an old time pharmacy look one because I really liked his stuff. But he's too busy and like I wouldn't. So I didn't even reach out to him because I'm like, that ain't gonna go anywhere. He doesn't need me at all, you know.
You never know, dude. No, seriously, reach out. It might just be an idea that he's down with, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially after you have such a successful campaign, he might be totally down. Now
I'll reach out to him, and I'm ready for failure, so it's fine.
Oh, goodness. All right, so you can take one deck with you for the rest of your life. You can only have one deck. What deck would it be, and why?
And
I mean, I feel like if it's other than your own deck, let's put that out there.
No, my deck wasn't even a thought in my mind, dude. Like I can't compete with any of these top people.
You can't say his deck because it's not even printed.
Well, he's got the prototype in hand, but it might be NPCC. So
no, it's definitely not going to take forever.
No, it's like I mean, like I appreciate you guys like talking on my deck, but honestly, like it's not anywhere near like Stockholm. It's not anywhere like near any of those guys. I would probably say the Room 17.
Yeah. Well, the Gilded one or the Hottest Fate, the Rising Fate.
No. It's the Room 7. Room 17 is is the Cartomancer version gilded.
Yeah.
Because it has everything, right? I mean, it had artwork, and if I was gonna sell it, bam, if I need the money
to buy some food, you sell it.
Right, make money. Yeah. But I mean, the artwork is absolutely amazing. Like the story behind it, like I love doing that quest thing that he did. It was incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of good times with that.
Yeah, man, it was super fun.
Bacon said, "Can you speak about the collaboration process? Did you pay the artist ahead of time, or will he get a cut of the deck sale?"
Yeah,
that's different depending on the designer for sure.
Yeah, and he's never dealt. This is his. Well, it was his first playing card deck, and now it's his second. I guess I don't know. I still want to take credit that it's his first, but because he's not like some famous artist or whatever, like in the card community, I just hire him just for hire from scratch, and so along the way I've paid him, and then he still helped me out with the renders and everything like that. So once the campaign's done, then we'll square up, but it's just a per hour fee.
Nice. So yeah, pretty standard.
I would have preferred to do like split the profits, but then he would have owed me money,
There you go.
Yeah. So he picked the right way on that one.
And that touches
on
something.
Even when you're first,
I think that touches on something that, like, always is something interesting to see with a lot of these Kickstarters is people see the big numbers up there, but really a lot of it is cost.
Oh yeah.
Especially as a first-time deck creator.
Yeah. And also not being talented at all, and not like being able to make the deck myself. Yeah. But yeah, like where we sit now, I'm still negative quite a bit.
Yeah, people don't understand that. Like I think you can relate. Is I'm working on a deck right now with a designer, and you haven't even print. Right, but I haven't. I'm working on one of them with the designer already.
Okay.
And it's like before you even get the deck printed, you're in the whole $5,000.
Yeah.
It's like so that's already $5 a deck, and that's not even including printing the deck. So let's say you print the deck for $4,000 for 1,000. Let's say that's already $9 what you paid for the deck. Not including if you want a dope tuck box, if you want to seal, all that stuff. Adds on, and then you pay 10% to kit, and then you got to pay backer kit, and then you got there's just so many different charges.
So let's go over backer kit, because they just recently sent me a message, right? And so I talked to Joku, super nice. They reached out to me and everything like that, and we've been chatting back and forth. Super nice, super nice and helpful. They said just stay away from backer kit, it's not even worth it.
Right.
If we had a whole bunch of add-ons, and if we had a bunch of stuff, then I could see using it, but you would need to have a large pledge, amount of pledger, people backing the deck to actually for it to pay off. I think, because I got an email from them. They take 2% off of the entire thing, and this is and that's before they even use their backer kit thing, right? And so Kickstarter's already taken their money. PayPal or whoever is the payment method is taking their money. And so then they want another 2% of the entire pledge. So it's actually more than 2% of the profit or something like that. So they take 2% off of that. And then on the back end with their thing, they take 5% extra for any add-ons that people would have done. So let's say no one does any add-ons. You just gave away 2% of your campaign.
I think where they really
it's crazy.
Yeah, I think where they're really a benefit is if you're banking on a lot of post Kickstarter sales and don't want to manage the shop yourself. So that's what I've seen with whose was it? Actually, it was Mr. Cup's ephemera deck. If you go onto his backer kit right now, you can still order the decks even though they're not completed yet and the Kickstarter's ended, because he's working through backer kit. So if you know people are going to want to do it there, maybe it's worth it, but still that's a pretty big hit on an off chance.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm mad at him right now. Although, so shout out to him. He backed me I appreciate it, man. But one thing I'm mad about is I have now all of his decks except for that hologram one. I'm mad, man.
You'll be able to find it for probably some stupid amount of money, I'm sure.
Yeah, on Wounded Corners. I'll take it.
Which Kyle has.
That's not my.
Kyle,
That's not my site. That's you'll find it on my site cheap. I'll get you one. I'll hook you up.
All right. You better hold that thing for me because that's the only one I need out of this thing.
Kyle had a good point
I'll
though too. That
you.
Backer Kit also takes PayPal, which Kickstarter doesn't. So if you're looking at expanding beyond what you could have originally in Kickstarter, that PayPal helps out.
Really? Because with all my PayPal stuff, I mean, with all my Kickstarter campaigns that I back, it's linked to my PayPal.
Is it linked through a card though? Because I know when I go through Kickstarter, it asks for a credit card.
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
People can't back the campaign with a PayPal.
Oh, really?
Wait,
I didn't know that. I thought mine was linked to my PayPal.
Mine's linked.
Yeah, it's all linked to a credit card. Even if you're a creator, I think you still have to back with the credit card. And the reason being, PayPal has chargebacks. Credit cards also have chargebacks, but they're significantly harder to get than with PayPal. And PayPal, technically, it violates the terms of service for PayPal to use Kickstarter because there's no actual exchange of goods there. It's a pre-sale. So if someone 3 months later wants to go to PayPal and just say, hey, I haven't gotten my stuff, PayPal will take that at face value, doesn't care, and will charge back. Whereas they could be like, well, delivery's in a month, what the heck, you know? So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff there where PayPal is not safe necessarily for a creator on Kickstarter.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought it was all like linked to my PayPal, but I guess not.
No.
Who would have known?
So,
so yeah, Backer Kit's cool, and like I know Gentleman Wake used it with this Parlor one. I know Mr. Cup used it on his first ephemerate, and then this one, which I have to do my survey. I haven't done it yet. Speaking of, but
a lot of people use it. It's it's just ease of convenience. It's just ease of use for people. You know, it's convenient, and that's why they can say 2% and then 5% is because it's like, do you want to do all the work or do you want to have somebody else do it for you?
Yeah. And if you have a lot of stuff, I mean, I could totally see why people would want to add it on or something like that.
So here's a prime example though too of even when someone had add-ons but didn't. So like one of the first decks I backed was a Joker and the Thief deck, and they had a bunch of add-ons. And what they did is in the Kickstarter survey, didn't use Backer Kit, did it that way, and they basically said like, did you have an add-on, yes or no, and if so, manually type it into the box, and then you just typed in what you had there. So someone, if you had 400 backers, someone is going through 400 responses and manually compiling all that. So
that's
it's a lot. So if you figure, you start getting into those bigger numbers, maybe it is worth your time to some extent, but still, that seems like a big hit there to take. So.
Right. Yeah. No, so I'll be doing that myself because I'll just be, COVID lockdown doing it. So
yeah. If you need help, let me know. We're all going to
Deckin Around kit, 1% fee.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hire somebody. Sure. Yeah, man. So I mean, I could see it, but at the same time, like, I just can't justify it, especially when I'm already negative. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. So everything. That's the thing. People don't realize how much cost is associated with just having a Kickstarter campaign. You're already in the whole 10 grand. So when you put 15 grand up there, they're like, "Oh my god, that's such a big goal." But it's
and like so like for add-ons and stuff like that, and like stretch goals, when you add another deck, like it's hard because you have to have sold out or made your money back on that one before it's like you're starting all over again for the next one, So like right now I want to get like a third deck out there. But in order to do a foil, it has to be 1,000 or more. So let's go back to USPCC Card Monday. So for the USPCC, they do the hot foil. There's a minimum of 1,000 print run, and I believe it's like close to $15 or something. That's without the tuck or something like that. I think just the cards are like $13 to $15 straight up, just like per deck. And then if you do 2,500, then it drops down. But I mean, you have to do 2,500. Like that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carta Monday, they actually will allow you to do less than 1,000. So that's where I'm kind of trying to talk to and look at. But
if they respond,
they're not the best at responding, dude. Like it's been a while.
Yeah. So, they don't really respond.
Yeah.
The best. That's their downfall. They make dope decks. Everything's great. Their registration, their like everything's great with them if they respond to you.
Yeah. And so like I want to go with it. Like I'm looking into it, like for any backers who, are interested or wanting to know. Right now I'm waiting to hear back from them, because the consensus of what I heard, people want like something like a foil deck, or like something like not just gilded, but like something one step up. So and in order to do that, now you're putting out another $10,000. So so I have to like talk to, once I hear from them, and then I can kind of set a stretch goal. Once we hit a certain amount, then we can unlock it. But I'm still waiting to hear back from Carta Monday. Art of Play, I've talked to them. They're like super responsive. So like I've been talking back and forth with them about different things, but Carta Monday I haven't heard back from. And then like if I get to do the limited edition, I have like something awesome set up for the tech boxes, but I can't tell anybody yet.
Well, we just got to get some pledges in there and make it happen.
Yeah, man.
So
I'm looking forward to it big time.
What's been one of the like hardest things, I guess, that you've really had to deal with this campaign that maybe was unexpected or really just kind of snuck up on you?
So I'll go back to the Kickstarter setup. One of the most difficult, and I still don't know the answer, guys. I'm sorry, I can't even tell you what the right answer is. When you're setting up shipping, it's US, which is, for us, it's easy to do. It's like, okay, bam, this, and then it's everywhere else. And you have to put that, you only have one amount to put. And so it's like someone from Canada is paying the same amount as someone from Mexico, which it's actually double the amount to send to Mexico than it is to Canada, which is strange. And then you're paying like the same, you're charging the same as somebody going to Italy or to France or Singapore or something like that. So on some of them, like for an example, I have one, and I'm super thankful that the guy's backing me, but he, it's like $25 that he pays for shipping, and it's going to cost me like $85 to ship it.
Jeez.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like losing like any profit, and it's fine. Like, so I like was doing calculations, and so I have, again, I don't have the answers, and I don't know what to do, because I was calculating like of my backers, like where I'm going to have to send it and how much I'm going to lose. And I'm probably going to lose like $3,000 just in shipping.
Jeez.
So I don't know the answer. And so I can't tell you, unfortunately.
I wonder
wish I could say this is how you do it.
How many decks is this person ordering that's $85 shipping?
I think it's like 3 bricks.
So you can send, where is it going?
I don't remember, honestly. It was like Singapore, Taiwan.
So if you use flat rate boxes, you can ship to 190 countries for like dirt cheap. And I mean,
it's not dirt cheap. It's not dirt cheap.
It's not $85 though.
Yeah,
it is though. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
like a large flat rate box is probably like $79.95.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's expensive.
And then, and another thing with that, actually, so it's not just shipping, it's also the handling. Yeah. So if Gambler's Warehouse does something, if Art of Play, if 5200, like if anyone is doing the fulfillment, they charge you a flat fee on top of shipping. And then there's a variable fee of how many items are going in that box. If there's all the add-ons, for every add-on that I give, so every gift that I add to the person's tier, I'm paying money on each one of those on top of that.
Crazy.
So like if you add too much, now and so you have to be careful, like with adding too much into a box, because now you need a different box, and now you just lost more money in shipping. And so that's still the most frustrating and the hugest fails I have. I mean, I have a lot of fails, and I'm like, I can go over them if you want, but I have a lot of fails, and one of the biggest ones that I still am scratching my head and I don't know how to answer it is how to like for shipping and handling, like because you also have to look at it. People want to pay a certain amount for a deck, right?
Right.
So even if it's fully custom, if it's like Dan and Dave crushed premium stock, like everything, like seal, foiling, and metallic ink on the cards and everything that I have on mine, charging $13, I've had people saying I charge too much. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, especially when you add on $5 for shipping, right? It's like, I don't know what to do, guys. But like, it's hard to offer what people are expecting to pay or wanting to pay versus how much it actually costs me to do. And so it's like I'm taking a loss, and I can only take so much of a loss. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Now, what have you talked to anybody else who's had like successful campaigns that maybe can give you a little insight on the shipping side of it? Or?
No, and I probably should try to reach out to different people and ask them what they did. I talked to Gio, but I mean, he clicks live on his thing, and it's shot up. Yeah. So he can offer. He has such a good. He deserves it, right? He's put out like 15 decks or something crazy like that. I should say like 15 series. He probably has like 60 decks, but like he can offer free US shipping but he also prices the stuff at a higher tier, but people know Geo, and so they're gonna pay higher. So maybe the answer is I take a loss for the first few campaigns, and then hopefully build a big enough fan base to where they know the quality of work, and so they're willing to pay $15 or whatever for a deck.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do. You cut the loss by either upping international shipping across the board for everyone, but reasonably so. So again, if it's like you said, if it costs $5 to ship to Canada and $10 to ship to Mexico, you charge everybody $7, and you kind of
win and lose.
You make a little on the other end.
And granted, but if you're sending something to someone for $85 to wherever, you're obviously losing big on that, and you can't factor that out across everyone. But if you have 20 people to Canada where you're making $2 on the shipping, that kind of balances that out a little bit. And then, like you said, you tack an extra $1 or $2 on the deck once people know the quality, and that goes to the shipping as well, even though it's not called shipping.
Yeah,
it's tough.
And it could be, and it could be, but then it's like, what about the handling part, the fulfillment side? But anyways, So I still don't know the exact, and I mean, I'll try to think of it, but you can only take so much loss for per campaign. Yeah. So based on my loss, I probably won't do another campaign for another year or two.
Well, and I think the key is that the big thing for Kickstarter is to get the decks printed, right? And then now you're going to have all these decks left over, and that's where the profit comes in,
Unless I wholesale it, and then there's no profit off those.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on, it depends on if you wholesale it to Murphy's or if you're selling it straight through yourself, through either your website or like a retailer if you're doing some type of, deal through a retailer or something.
But like Murphy's or someone like that, they're gonna take they'll probably pay what, like $6 or $7.
They'll give you 40% of they take 60% off of retail.
All right, so let's see what that is.
So since you're technically setting retail,
right? And
so they would give me $7, which I would lose money each.
But you could also now, I mean, you've already set your retail at 18. So a lot of people don't have a retail in their Kickstarter campaign, and what they do is when they go to Murphy's, they actually bump up their retail to a couple dollars more, so they get a few bucks more. Because at that point, they don't care. They're getting rid of decks, and they just want to break even on those decks because it's going to be a profit anyway. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I guess essentially I can't sell retail, or else I'm losing on each deck too.
So I mean, it's definitely
well, retail is usually 40%, around 40% of
40%. Okay,
wholesale is 40%. Yeah, retail is what you want. You want to.
No. Actually, each deck's $100. So there you go.
There's golden monarchs hidden inside. So.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I mean, obviously, this is a good look though into the struggle that is the Kickstarter, especially coming from a point of view where you're relatively new to it, you don't have the experience there, and you're learning as you go. And I think it also highlights some of the lack of support, we'll call it, that Kickstarter gives. Kickstarter really is a bare bones platform where it allows you to do what you do, but you have questions on those shipping, they're not helping you out there.
Yeah. And then another thing that's kind of difficult with them is add-ons. I really wish they had like a backer kit type of thing in their software where you can now add an extra deck. All they have to do is click. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how many questions I get. How do I manage my pledge? How do I add on another deck? You know, and it'd be nice to just have a button where you can then like click and add one to your cart or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then if you have an add-on, you can, like postcard or something, like the deck protectors, you can add that on there, and then people just click on it and there's that, and it would track it and say this is what the item is that the person added and everything. So
I think for shop, like for instance, when I if I go the Kickstarter route, I think there's a plugin that I could use that'll shuttle all that information into my Shopify, so I can do it right through my store.
That's not too bad.
There you go.
Yeah. So I think that's the route I'll end up going. Who knows? We'll figure it out when the deck's done. But it's definitely a learning curve. But definitely pick people's brains and see.
And you don't want to add too much on the add-ons because it confuses people. And like I said, it's so hard to actually. It's not, Kickstarter isn't a simple platform where you can just add to cart. So if you are doing Kickstarter, anyone out there, don't add too much because it'll confuse too many people.
Right.
And think of it, and it's like, it's easy to say, oh, these people are just stupid, right? And they probably are, but no. But the big barrier is you're hitting the entire world, right?
Right.
And that's one of the nice things about Kickstarter is, so ups to Kickstarter for at least giving us a platform, right? But the problem is those people aren't, English may not be their first language. And so when you're trying to say this is what the screen looks like, maybe their screen is different. I don't know.
And dude, let's be honest, like even people who have English as their first language, like it's not the easiest conversion. Like stuff changes. You gotta read these freaking tables, and a lot of people don't know how to fucking make a table. It just it does get confusing.
Kickstarter also has the
my father-in-law.
Jonathan.
Oh no, I was just saying my father-in-law, he just canceled he canceled his pledge, and I was like, oh, dude, that's cold-blooded, man. What the heck is that about? And he's like, oh, I was trying to add on another deck.
So you see the people that actually cancel pledges?
Yeah. And like every time I see like this red icon, my heart just sinks, man. I'll be honest with you. But it's like I'm used to it, so it's like, that's me, all right. Yeah.
How many decks have you canceled? How many campaigns have you canceled?
None, actually. I didn't even know. Like I didn't even think about canceling.
I feel like we've just scared a lot of people out of canceling decks in the future. Now they're thinking twice about it. Like, damn.
Yeah. Oh wait, he can see that. He can see that. And so I'm wondering on some of them, like, are they just backing so they can enter the giveaway or something?
I think there's a lot of people who back early birds early and then decide later whether or not they actually want the deck because they want to make sure they lock in that early bird pricing. So
right, and like that makes sense, and I understand that, and especially with the times being with the way they are, like I totally understand. But like I'll tell you, for all those people, you're hurting my feelings, but it's okay. It's okay.
See,
I'm already dead inside. It's fine.
Jonathan's hurt. Oh, come on. We don't want to hurt your
See,
feelings.
the other thing though that gets you on the Kickstarter add-ons too is like think about all the times when you're backing a deck and it's automatically converting it for you from like we'll keep it simple, say like Canadian dollars to US dollars or like Hong Kong to US dollars, and it's like add 30 Canadian dollars to your pledge, and I'm like, but my pledge is in US dollars. What do I need to do here? Like, they don't make it easy. Like, they really don't.
No, and I think there's and again, Kickstarter does it, so I don't know if it's like each day. Like I don't know what especially right now. I mean, look at what the market's doing right now. Like whoever's like plugging that thing in is going crazy. They're stressing out like for the conversion things, man. Because it's like, I mean, look at the market. You know, the U.S. market, the Dow and everything. It's just going all over the place. So that affects currency rates and all that. So
yeah, that changes every day.
Yeah,
Mike from Incantations said that he had a bunch of people cancel on him yesterday, and it's gut wrenching.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. And I shouldn't do this because it's unhealthy, but as soon as I get up in the morning, I look, and that's how I start my day off. And I shouldn't do that because it hurts.
Dude, you gotta start positive first. Like say hi to your wife and your kids, and then go look at that.
Right. You know, like Mike, I recommend that you don't look at Kickstarter for at least the first hour of waking up because it feels bad, man.
Yeah, I heard.
Matt Romerl says that he's had creators message him after he canceled, which
see, I wouldn't do that. That's when your girlfriend breaks up with you and you're like when you try to get back together. No, it ain't working out, you know, like I mean,
oh man.
Yeah, you can't be back, you know.
That's kind of like that's a stalker being like why don't you want to date anymore?
Like, I had a girlfriend like that once, man. Oh, it was scary. I woke up one morning, it was like 5 a.m, and she was standing right above my bed. You know, that was scary.
That is scary.
I don't want to be that guy. You know, I don't want to be that guy.
Why don't you like my deck?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's funny. Well, anybody have last minute questions for this guy, Jonathan? Hey, Jonathan, I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Dude, one of the things that I say you're known for is your jokes. Okay? And I know you get in trouble sometimes.
Don't put me on this, dude. My kids are right upstairs, man.
I will say you don't have to if you don't want to.
I know sometimes, yes, you definitely have to. And he's definitely going to because he's give us a joke, bro. Give it to us.
No. Okay.
Whisper. You can whisper it. They can't hear you.
I don't know a good one. I feel like I've told you all my good ones. We'll just leave it at that, you know.
I must, dude. We had a giveaway.
Do you remember the one that got me in trouble with my wife?
Dude, tell that one. So hold on, let me tell the story first. Okay. So I went to Target and everybody was going crazy over this fucking gold artisan, and so I went to Target and I got one, and I was doing a live, and I was going to give it away. And basically, my girlfriend, Leslie, we have this like little skit that we do, and I give decks away for people that can make her laugh the most, because she really doesn't laugh at jokes. So we were on a live, and there's like 10, 15 people on there, and everybody's like telling these crazy jokes. And Jonathan comes up with this joke. And he won, like the second he said it, we died. He won hands down, and tell the joke.
What's the difference between acne and a priest? Oh God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Acne at least waits till you're a teenager to come on your face.
Okay.
Dude, you're gonna see. I'm done. Gosh, man.
Listen, if this makes you feel any better,
dude, if I find another gold artisan, I'm just gonna send it to you. You get all the gold artisans from here on out.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna let you use Kyle's last question in the chat to redeem yourself here for the night, so you don't end on that note.
All right.
Explain string theory in 6 words or less.
Complex.
Oh, shit! And that was like quick, man. I'm impressed.
You just
Kyle, I think he just bested you. And now
All right, hold on.
I actually, it's actually funny that he brings that up because I'm like super like into it, like because it just like boggles my mind, like the fact that like you're trying to find like one common theory of everything. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I mean, people have been trying to figure out. Yeah. Oh,
it's like Steve's nightmare.
Yeah, dude. So Kevin just got in, Congress guy, and he's like, "What's up? What's up, everyone? Finally made it."
So, well, hey, that's like you with when we were setting up all our stuff. Dude, you showed up, and I'm like, "Oh, that's cold blooded, man."
We were like 45 minutes into it, and Steve showed up. He's like, "You guys still on Skype?"
Yo, hey guys, I had to send out my packages to my customers.
Hey, I gotta show you the what my daughter did. She dressed up the cat in a rainbow thing this day.
Nice. Hey, Kevin, we're gonna give you an opportunity to ask one question to Jonathan before we bounce.
We appreciate you coming though, for sure. So
they want. Oh, look at the card I just
Jason
pulled.
wants to know what the kitty's name is.
King. Hey,
Abby.
Right.
Abby.
Downtown Abby.
Yeah.
So
my daughter changed her name from ABBIE to ABBY when we got her.
Oh, nice.
Creative kid there.
Hey, she's a genius. What can I say?
I mean, look at what Dad is. He's a genius, right?
I mean, he's something in his own mind,
Yeah. I don't know if Kevin, you kicking a question through or what? What's
here.
The deal here?
Jonathan, why don't you give a last shout out to your deck here? Say anything you want to say about Meadowlark. Go for it.
If you're backing it, I apologize. If you're not backing it, no, I don't have anything to say. But in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, get to the chopper.
Oh my God. Listen.
No, seriously, you guys better have me back.
Definitely go back to deck, guys.
I'll
It's an awesome deck. It's the artwork's amazing. It's definitely worth checking out if you haven't. Yeah. I know Jamie was in the chat earlier, hadn't backed it and then backed it. So you already got one more pledge.
Oh, so. Thank you. Wow, thank you. Shout out to Mike Incantation. I'm sure everybody's backing him, but if you are, double your pledge because he's a dope dude.
Dope dude.
For the retro, he's the one doing these. He's also doing it for Mike's deck as well. It looks super dope. Shishin, he's the one that did the artwork. Expect that to come. Do stuff like that. I think he actually did the for Mike's deck. He did the deck holder thing. So that's pretty dope. He's an amazing guy. Go check out Game of Spades. Dude's awesome. Aaron, shout out to Aaron. And then also Elettra. Go back her stuff because she's super dope. Yeah,
we'll drop the links to Game of Spades and Mike's deck, and if Elettra's Kickstarter, I don't think it's up yet, right?
No, not yet.
So we'll drop the other two in the comments below, though. So make sure to check those out, guys, if you haven't already. And Jonathan, we're super happy to have you on tonight, man. We are so glad.
Hey, thank you guys for letting me chat your ear off for so long about
dude, it was rad.
So everybody, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so that you get notifications for our future shows. We are on pretty much every Thursday at 8 p.m. Sometimes times vary, but definitely check it out. And next week, our guest is going to be Kier Gomes, so make sure to tune in, guys.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, well, everyone's going to forget about this episode now. Thanks a lot.
They already backed your deck. You're fine.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
You guys, all I got to say is we are booked until like the middle of August, and our lineup coming up is ridiculous.
Okay, everybody, it actually is a super dope lineup, and the only reason they put me in here was to lower the bar so that way you're just like, oh my gosh, this thing's going crazy, that's the truth. Yeah,
that's why we had you on so soon. It's because we knew that we weren't even going to be able to get you on eventually because you're going to be
2021. You guys will see me again
with your new deck. So there you go.
I don't know if I can afford
Thanks, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy. Hope everyone's staying good, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.